Welcome back this week. How was your weekend? I hope it was good. Mine was pretty good actually. I think it was really relaxing this week. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about something that I think is really important, and I'm gonna first try and phrase it properly because I'm not sure how to communicate it to people who haven't danced before. But basically what I want to talk about today is what I think of as kind of a war between technique and movement. Now, what exactly is technique? If you are a dancer, you'll know what I mean, and if you've never danced before, then what it refers to basically is the right way to do certain steps, like the right order or the right way to balance your weight. There's a lot of different things, but basically it's the rules and it's the right way to do something. Now, I know that there are lots and lots of dance forms which don't have rules, but today I'm focusing more on those that do. And I feel like it's so upsetting sometimes because a lot of people seem to be really alienated from a lot of dance forms, because I think, like, for example, if I watch shows on TV, or if I watch professional dancers talk about their craft, that word technique comes up again and again and again. And I always think, like, this must be so discouraging to somebody who doesn't have access to the right learning facilities, or who doesn't have the ability to be trained, and a lot of people don't. And a lot of people in lots of parts of the world don't, and a lot of people can't afford it. There's so many things that will affect you from getting a proper training or from learning the correct technique, and that might prevent you from stepping into some dance styles that, while benefit from technique, aren't impossible without it, to be honest. I mean, we can watch things and pick up so much through watching and experimenting, and through just seeing other people or just trying things out ourselves. So why is technique given such importance? Isn't it time to move a little bit away from that? I mean, who invented the rules of how technique works anyway, and why do they have to be followed forever? At some point, whoever invented them decided that they were right, and now, hundreds of years later, we're still following those, and it's still considered like there's something lacking in your performance if you do things your own way, and that doesn't make sense, and that's going to keep so many people away. They're going to be so intimidated because they keep hearing these words that they're not familiar with. Whereas movement, which is the other side of this war, is really natural. I mean, everybody knows how to move. That's a part of our everyday life. So isn't dance just an extension of movement and not some bunch of rules that has been passed down for however many centuries or decades or whatever? So that's what I want you to think about. If this has ever happened to you, I don't know. I know it happens to me. I don't have a chance to have as much training or get access to the kind of classes or teachers that I would like to have. Most people don't. And some people, if they happen to be in the right place, can't afford it. So there's always going to be issues, or there's going to be selection issues, or something or the other. But the point is that why does it matter that much? Since now you can pretty much see everything you want. Why can't we just learn ourselves more? And a lot of people do, but there's still this, I think there's still this distinction, and there's still this problem that there might be tiny things that without somebody there to point out for you that you're doing this wrong, or you're not pointing your foot right, that really gets annoying. Without having somebody there to point out those tiny things, your technique is always going to be wrong. But does that actually matter that much at the end of the day? As long as your movement is good, as long as when people are watching you, they get the point, and they like to watch, and your movement is correct, and it's graceful, and all those other things, does technique really still matter? Does it still exist in the way that it used to exist, or should it continue to have the importance that it used to? I personally don't think so. I think obviously if you know how to execute a certain step, it's going to come out more easily, but eventually you're going to get there one way or another, right? It's just a matter of movement, and movement is really instinctive. So what I feel is, I've been rambling about this for a while, not getting to the point. What I feel is that stop thinking about technique. If you don't have the access to the right classes or the right teachers, or if when you hear things like that, it scares you, just forget about it. It really doesn't matter. It's just a rule. Somebody set these rules down. They've been accepted, so we think of them as right. But at the end of the day, it is actually just a rule. So don't think about it anymore. Instead, think about movement. You already know how to move. So think about getting movement right, something that works, where you don't lose your balance, where you don't feel uncomfortable. Just think about movement as you naturally think about it and extend it into something that is more graceful, that's saying something that's more artistic. But it doesn't matter if it follows some rules that somebody else set down or not. It just matters if it feels right to you. So that's what I think. I think there could be a war between technique and movement, and I think that movement should win. I don't know what you think, but I hope that you agree. I'll see you next week. Bye.